when it comes to crafting the perfect coffee experience, a milk frother is one of the most essential tools. Whether you love rich, creamy foam on your lattes or light froth for cappuccinos, finding the right frother can transform your drink. In this video, we are going to give you an impartial review when we are covering 5 best milk frother 2025 in the market, which are the best for you. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that will meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular user use, if you want more information and updated pricing of the products mentioned in the video, be sure to check the links in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe. So let's get started. Number 1. Maestri House Electric Milk Frother. The marketing copy on the Maestri House website associated with their electric milk frother reads, "Barista finesse of temperature and thickness." So it's safe to assume this is yet another weird Amazon brand that always shows up alongside brands you've actually heard of when you search for gadgets. Either way, this mid-tier frother has an attractive feature set relative to its price, along with decent ratings, 4.9 stars out of 5 as of mid-November, so it was definitely worth a shot. The control panel has buttons for temperature, a 3-way selector for foam amount, and a button that selects froth thickness by percentage. The manual told me to select medium foam, 150 degrees Fahrenheit, and 30% thickness for a cappuccino, so I fired it up and hoped for the best. There was quite a bit of separation between the liquid at the bottom and the dry froth at the top, which was best suited for a more classic style of cappuccino that's equal parts espresso, wet milk, and dry froth at the top. Number 2. Dreo Barista Maker. The Dream Barista Maker is the Honda Accord of milk frothers. It's sophisticated and capable, but it's not Byzantine or fussy. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it will do so in an uncomplicated manner that anyone can appreciate. The buttons are simple and predictable. With the exception of the interchangeable impeller tips, there's little explanation needed to figure out how to use this thing right out of the box. I tried it out without reading the manual to see what would happen, and I got perfectly functional, wet foam steamed to 130 degrees Fahrenheit with very little effort. It wasn't the best, but it certainly wasn't the worst. After reviewing the instructions, I figured out I used the wrong impeller in my trial run, so I switched to the tip that looks like an airplane propeller and adjusted my dose of milk accordingly. With a 7.5-ounce minimum capacity, you're much better off with a larger drink like a flat white or traditional latte than a smaller drink like a cappuccino or cortado. Number 3. Instant 4-in-1 Milk Frother and Steamer. The people behind the Instant Pot are great at efficient and multifunctional design, so it's not a big surprise that the brand's milk frother does more than just froth milk. It's also effectively a mug warmer, able to simply heat your coffee or tea as well as to create hot or cold, thick or thin foam. In all our tests, the Instant machine shined. With whole milk, the froth held up over time and kept its integrity on top of hot coffee. And with oat milk, the airy foam didn't deflate after pouring. During our cold foam test, the result was a very stable and silky texture, ideal for latte art, especially since this frother has a narrow and accurate pour spout. And the hot chocolate results were perhaps our favorite. We got a rich treat as creamy as a milkshake. On the extra frothy setting, the Instant performed so well that it overflowed our cup. I got the Instant frother during a sale event, and I really like it, says Food and Wine Associate Commerce Editor Arnesia Young. Number 4. Bodum Bistro Electric Milk Frother. With a futuristic and compact design, Bodum's electric milk frother takes up very little space despite holding more than any of the other countertop models on our list. More importantly, this machine performed well in every test, making tight, stable foam that held well together after pouring. In our cold foam test, it created a milkshake-like texture. This frother made some of the best foam of testing. All the bubbles were tight and very glossy. It can heat and froth separately or do both together, though it doesn't have multiple texture options like the instant above. The cup, lid, and whisk parts are all dishwasher safe, so the Bodum Bistro was one of the easiest frothers to clean during testing. A trade-off is that it makes more noise and costs more money than the other countertop models we tested. Number 5. Instant Pot Milk Frother. Best known for its world-class pressure cooker, Instant offers a BS-free milk frother at a reasonable price that won't leave you feeling bad about buying it on a lark and using it only 2 or 3 times a year. This bare-bones machine has a simple function button that toggles through 4 options: cold foam, hot with light froth, hot with heavy froth, and hot without froth. The hot and heavy option yielded a dense glob of smooth, frothy milk with very little liquid at the bottom. A few whacks against the counter settled some bubbles and allowed about 3 ounces of liquid to sneak out of the bottom, and then the fluffy cloud of milk on top slid on top of the beverage in pillowy waves.